You have all of his gifts without his pain. You made a person out of another person. Then you sent me to kill him. You made a choice to do this to me. This thing that you're struggling with, it's fear. Embrace it and then overcome it.
Have you seen the film?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Oh. Have you seen some of the technology?
Yes, I have.
And stuff like
yeah.
that? What was
I've
your
seen
first
some of the
reaction
things.
to?
No, it's great. I mean, I've seen that stuff, and no, it looks hugely impressive. I'm really excited to see it. I'm seeing it tonight. So
You've done a lot of cool action movies. You were literally in a film called Shoot 'Em Up. So how does this differ from those experiences working with Ang Lee?
he's a rare one in that he has the whole spectrum, you know. But he not only is, you know, can do these monster movies, great at shooting action, you know, totally excited by the potential of what the technology can achieve and how to push it forward. But he's a guy that cares about the script and the nuances of things and delicacy of acting. And so you've got the full spectrum here. You've got somebody who is in charge of a movie of this scale emailing me about a word in a line and saying maybe, you know, about, you know, he's that specific as well. So he's the perfect guy to do a movie like this.
I love Ang. He's the quiet, contemplative conductor, you know, just constantly, all the gears are just always whirring in his mind. And I just think when I sat down and talked to him about this project, you know, he looked out with 1,000 yard stare and, you know, they'll be using these cameras in 20 years' time. I just don't have 20 years. And that just like made me just go, wow, I really want to come on board, you know. And, you know, we have, you know, the other titans of Jerry Bruckheimer and Will Smith, you know, it all speaks for itself, to be honest.
He wanted to push the technology. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to really do this 120 frame rate, which is very difficult to do. Cameras are bulky and big, and he wants other filmmakers to make that leap because he feels cinema has to advance. He feels that this is the same leap as it went from black and white to color. That's how much advanced this is. That's why you have to see this in a cinema. It's got this great depth of field and clarity, and the actors are right in front of you. We have a car chase in it, a chase with a motorcycle in Cartagena. You're actually on the motorcycle with Will. You're going through the streets with him.
Is that something when you choose your projects and when you helm these projects, is that something that you keep in mind as breaking new ground in the film industry?
Well, I just like to tell great stories. It was Ang who wanted to break new ground, and we supported him 100%. There's 120 frames, 4K 3D. It's immersive. It couldn't use much makeup. You can see every pore. The audience is part of the action of the movie. The actors are right in the theater with you. So it's a whole new experience in cinema going.
How did this experience directing action differ from your past experiences with these big films?
The past action depends a lot on the choreography, which is action performance rather than people try to kill each other. And also we're dealing with flat surface, we deal with strobe. It's a different kind of skill than what we're developing here now. Here we do the genuine 3D. It has to be more visceral because it's more clear. So you got a feeling a lot more detail, strategy, expression. Now you see them, you cannot hide and use blur and strobe. So just in principle, the experiencing it at close range, you're actually going through what the character is going through becomes very important. So in principle, it's a very different approach.
You've worked with a lot of big name action stars. What was your experience like with Will Smith, and how did he stand out amongst that group?
All those stars I work with, they're not just stars, they're fine actors, decent humans, great partners, and they care about drama a lot. But all they have in common, and certainly Will, if not even standing out from that, is the disciplines, and the work ethic. He's a really hardworking man. Of course, he lasts so long, and he must have earned everything. There's no just luck. But still, when you work with him, just the discipline, the devotion, the thought behind it, all the hard work, it was pretty inspiring.
He's like fine wine. He gets better and better as an actor. He was great to start. He's still handsome. He's still infectious with his personality. He's so much fun to be around. We were lucky to have him.
up. I won't throw up. No, I don't think so, unless you want me to. I will throw up on cue if that's what you want. I'll be like, roll. I got you.
Is it fair to say that this is the biggest undertaking of your career?
From a single specific challenge, I'd say yes. We've done lots of digital work in the past. We've done lots of digital creatures and characters in the past. This is the first time we've tried to cross the uncanny valley and create a compelling performance in a digital human being who's going to be on frame for more than just 3 or 4 minutes. He's going to be on frame for almost half the film, and sometimes over 2 minutes just in a single shot.
Certainly the most micro-analyzed work of a single effect that I've done before.
You're just trying to rattle me.
I'm trying to save you.
Technology becomes prosumer a lot quicker than we thought it would, So I was watching what you guys were doing, and I was thinking, I wonder if in 20 years I'll be able to put on my, like Adobe preset, and was that the way of the industry that you see it going?
There's definitely things that happen in a plugin that would have had a team of artists working when I started 25 years ago. So for sure, the truth is that I can't predict what we're going to see in 20 years. It's just I would not have expected a lot of the things we have now 20 years ago.
You can. The best way I find to do that is look at the past, right? So like the watch that I have now probably has more computing power than the computer that I worked with when I started in this industry. So if you take that step forward and try to figure out, how powerful is my computer that I work with now, I'm going to have that on my wrist or implanted in my skin, I don't know, in 20 years' time. What does that mean?
Look what we created. You were the inspiration for all of this.
Why not just make a whole army full of them?
Why not? You should be flattered.
You should be dead. Hatahena, we in Hatahena. Hatahena.
Pin it towards camera. Yeah, pin it towards camera.
Yeah, like that. That's directly, right? That's good?
Yeah, one for this camera on the grenade. And then when you throw, it go back.
So, Eric, you gotta hide yourself a little bit. Will that work?
Yep.